Oh, hey, Dice. Uh, I'll put the invite link in the stream in the chat. So you're gonna come on the panel? Mm, Yoi? Word? By the way, in case you're wondering, Migabope is what I call my German Shepherd dog sometimes. German Shepherd doggy. Hey, Dice.
What's up, trailer?
Huh.
So I just put up, I just put up a new scene. You're gonna react to that?
Yeah. Not now though, because I'm playing Shell Shock. Maybe in, or actually, now that I'm done with the match, yeah, I'll react to your scene.
Hey, George's birthday is coming up. He's turning 24.
Huh.
Hey guys, to me Finn. And straight up question. A lot of people have been asking me this
Oh,
question a
Jesus
lot of
Christ.
times. And I thought today would be the day for me to ask back. Well, some people say that I look like Hulk Hogan. Do I look? I don't even know who the hell that is, to be honest.
Uh, Hulk Hogan's a wrestler. Oh, and he has a mustache that looks just like Finn's.
Yeah, but Hulk Hogan's mustache is more longer and bigger. Like it's all the way down to his
Yeah.
his chin, and Finn's is
I don't
shorter.
know who the hell Hulk Hogan is.
Hey,
But do
Taylor,
I really look like that guy?
Taylor, pause it for a second.
Really?
Um, Finn, I know why he doesn't know who Hulk Hogan is because he's not from America. Like, well, he's been in America for 34 years, so I would say but he hasn't heard about him except like Finn. He's from Slovakia. And all this time here, he hasn't heard of that wrestler. Okay, you can keep playing.
People said that I'm like his height or something, and I look like him because of my mustache. First of all, people, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, and whoever that is, congratulations on you. I really do not know who that is.
Yeah.
And people say that, am I 6'7", just like Hulk Hogan, whatever whoever he is? Uh, no, I'm not 6'7". I'm 6'4". I'm 6'4". People, goddamn. So whoever you're talking about over here,
He's close to his height.
he's inches taller than me. Okay, so
Yeah.
okay, let's get into the video.
Watch this part.
Hold on.
Hmm.
Jesus Christ.
Ooh,
How you looking at, punk?
Von Ross.
Yeah, and he's standing there in the dark.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were in there. I'm sorry, Vod. I did not know you're in there. I'm sorry. What the hell are you doing hiding there in the dark,
Hey,
anyways?
Taylor, what would you
That's
do if
creepy.
you saw Vaughn Roz in the dark like that? If you walked into a room and he was standing
Uh,
there,
if uh, if Von Ross was in the dark,
yeah, if he was standing there and turn around and look at
yeah.
us, yeah.
Well, how tall is Von Ross?
I told you before he's 7'7".
Hmm. Yeah, that would
He's
be pretty scary.
he's giant Gonzalez's height.
Hmm. Yeah, that's scary seeing a guy that big in the dark. Uh, well, not as scary as Joshi or
Yeah, D crack
D Crack. Yeah. Well,
or Muhammad Saeed.
Stop hitting on me now! Stop hitting me now! You want to get your brains spit out? I'll do it right now. You want your brains spit out? I don't know who you're messing with, boy. You want your skull cracked? No. I don't want any of that. No. You're over 7 feet tall. I don't want any of that shit. I'm only 6'4". You're over a foot taller than me. Please, I don't want any of that shit. Okay? I'm not fighting anyone who's almost 8 feet tall. Please. I just don't want any trouble. Yeah, I really do not. Bod, no, Raz, I did not know you were in there. I'm really sorry. But please don't do anything. You're lucky, punk. You're lucky. Do something like that again. I'm cracking your skull in. Do you reply?
Wait, so Vaughn is mad about how Finn just turned the light on him?
Well, yeah, kind of.
Yes, Vaughn, I hear you. Everyone hears you. You're yelling at me. Okay? Okay. Yeah, I hear you. You wanna know something? What's that down there? Hey, look down the punk! What's down there? What? I don't.
Oh, Vaughn, what's down there? You mean your pee?
See anything?
No.
What are you talking about? Dumb bitch.
Wait, what was down there?
Pain, he said.
Huh.
Then he uppercuts Finn. See the blood on his face?
Yeah. And Finn's knocked out.
Oh, you're gonna cry? Cry, little boy, cry! Get up, weak fool! Get up, weakling! Get your ass up, weakling! It's just a little punch! Dead, dead punk!
Oh, 30 minutes later.
Yeah, you should watch this part. It's interesting.
With that shirt. So I got blood all over my shirt. Dumbass.
He had to change
Hey, what's
shirts.
up? Look, Mr. Gumbo. What's up on Gumbo? How you doing? What you got there? Hey, God. Right, I have right here is my great grandfather's tombstone.
Oh,
It's his tombstone when he died, way before my time. He died in 1000 BC, and I got his gravestone right here. It's about a foot long. You know what? I've been waiting to do this and eat his tombstone.
he's gonna eat his tombstone?
Well,
His great grandfather's tombstone.
go ahead and
Yeah.
eat it.
Yeah.
And eat that shit, boy.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, Mr. Gumba's height is 8'5", and that tombstone that he's about to eat, it's about a foot big, a foot tall.
okay, I will. This is to my great grandfather. I have never met you before. I never know what you look like. You're out there somewhere. Goodbye forever. You don't have your tombstone anymore. I do. I'm gonna eat it for you.
Damn. Mr. Gumba's actually eating dirt.
The
Will
dirt.
not crunch.
That's how they make the. Let's just say that's how they made tombstones back then, out of the ground and water,
I'm actually eating a piece of the
and they got
ground
the name on it.
from thousands of years ago. I'm eating my
Yeah,
great grandfather's.
Yeah, that's really gross. Eating thousands-year-old dirt.
Tombstone right
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's
here.
actually a cement
Ow.
mixture too.
Hmm.
That's how they made cement back then, out of the ground and water. They let it dry and
See if we'll
they let it
finish this up.
compose. Sorry.
You know, back then they made
Yeah, he
tombstones
tells you right here.
out of the ground. We didn't have in the BC times. We didn't have any cement that you guys have now. We didn't have any concrete rollers and nothing like that. You either make your cement out of the ground, out of dirt and water. That's all.
Or they actually got it
That's all you
from
make
the lake or
tombstone
river,
with that.
like mud. That's how they made cement.
Well, uh, I remember how, like, when dirt gets wet, it becomes mud, and when it becomes hot outside, then the mud dries and becomes hard like rock.
Yeah.
So, what would you call that? I'd call it dirt rock.
Well, that's probably they came up with the name cement.
Oh,
Yeah, except for back then. Wait, what?
So, what prop did you use to make that tombstone?
That was not a prop. That was a cookie.
Hmm.
what
It
hard?
looked like a tombstone, so I decided to use it as Putstapam Gamba's old great grandfather's tombstone, and he's gonna eat it.
I knew it was some kind of snack when I first saw it.
And it was kind of hard chewing that cookie when having that beard on, because some of the hairs were getting in the mouth, and I had to pull it out, and it was hard
Uh,
when I was doing that part.
shit, nigga. I'm sorry. I have to do that. I did it, Vod. I did it. Wow, okay. You just ate. I'm actually impressed right now. Jeez. Jesus Christ, Mr. Gumbo. Yeah. Oh, you just ate an entire 1 foot tombstone from thousands of years ago of your great grandfather. That's the kind of material I want to see. Oh, yeah, nigga. Let's do that shit. To eat. To eat old, dried up, thousands of year old concrete. Whatever the hell you guys use back in your time. Get to eat it just like that. Why not, guys? Eat a
But
whole
he
entire
doesn't
1 foot
care.
tombstone. Hey, well, not judging your Mr. Gumba, but you're over 8'5". You definitely chew down a 1 foot tombstone. So, hey, I'm tall myself too. I'm 7'7". So, wrong.
See,
Anyway,
even he tells you that
I gotta
he's
get
like
going. You can sit here, chew up more cement all you want to. I have to get going. See you with some Gumba. Okay. I got nothing else. I just had that tombstone all along. Brought it all the way here from my country, Hungary.
Yeah, if you
Oh,
forgot, he's from Hungarian.
so boring around here. What do you do in the modern days? You know what? I'm gonna go outside and catch some food to eat. Where's my spear? I'll probably put it upstairs.
He still catches food and uses a spear on animals to eat food.
Well, that's the end of the scene.
Yeah. Okay. I'll say in the crazy house right now, they're getting ready for all the people to go back there. Like the kids, even the people over there from the court, they're going to the crazy house also.
What will they be doing in the crazy house?
As always, like last year, what they going to classes and doing their things. Yeah, I don't know. But hey, you want to see the characters of the cork so far? I have.
Yeah,
You already know some of them.
yeah. There's Felix and Doug.
Yeah, the staff. He's a teacher, and Barbara Vanderberg. Well, she won't be in the crazy house, but in the cork. Yeah. Tom. Tom Casimir. Uh, Dexter
Yeah,
Bumquill.
hmm,
Dexter Bumquill.
yeah. Dexter Asquill.
Dexter Anus Quill.
Ooh, Bumquill, do you know what that's worth?
And also, Arlo Beckett.
Uh, yeah, he was another one of those special people.
Yeah. Yeah. I got. There's also more of them. I'll show you. I'm gonna send them to you on Twitter messages.
Are you gonna send another scene?
Yeah. My next theme won't be out until Friday, on the 6th, because I'm gonna be working on it all week. Okay. Okay. Just give me some time to send these pictures. It already has their names at the bottom, so you can read them. Okay. Okay.
Felix Remington, Dexter Bumquill, Tom Cashmere, Arlo Bickett. Arlo, I thought it was Arnold.
Arlo. Jeez. Not
James.
Arnold. Wait. Say it again.
James.
Yeah.
What's that on James's face?
What?
It looks like there's a band-aid in his mustache.
That is his mustache.
Hmm.
It's shiny.
Wilder, An MFF.
Yeah, but he's in the he's in the cork, but he's also part of D Crack's bully gang.
Hmm.
They're the ones who be bullying Finn all the time in high school. I'll say one time when Finn lost his one of his parents, he was at the in the 80s when Finn lost his one of his or I'll say he lost his parents, and he was crying at their grave, and D Crack and that and him the other guy, they were making fun of him.
Yeah.
Like D Crack was like, where, cry, little boy. They're not coming back, you loser, said to Finn.
Yeah, he's not coming back.
I'll say D Crack's line on that one, he will say to Finn, your parents are nothing but ugly fat skanks. Just kill yourself already here. And the worst thing about it, D Crack killed his parents.
Oh,
Just like Oscar Escareno when he killed Carter in Chris's apartment. And Oscar Escareno went to Carter's parents' house after when Carter died and burned his parents' house down when they were sleeping.
yo,
And same thing for Jason when Oscar Escareno killed him too. And the worst thing that they were just kids when they died. Oscar Escareno was a kid killer in high school and also a
just like
bully
Joshy Washy.
and D Crack.
Yeah.
Yeah, those people that you just saw in the cork, the special ed people, the characters,
Hmm.
they're based off of the real life people that I was in at the arc. I should send you videos of the arc so you can see what those people were like. I don't have videos of them, but at the time, but it was before I got in. Taylor, look at that picture again of Wildo.
The picture of Finn.
Wildo, I said.
Uh, Wilder. He's
Wildo.
like this.
Yeah, he looks kind of creepy. And he kind of has anger issues.
Hmm.
Well,
Yeah,
he's special
hmm.
needs.
You were kind of good at making yourself look like the real MFF.
Yeah, Yeah, he's a bully, just like D Crack. Except D Crack would call him in the series Muddy Flappy Fingers. What would you do if you saw D Crack in
Uh,
in a dark room and turned around?
you mean the one in your series?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd run away as fast as possible.
No, what if you saw him like, let's just say you were walking inside of a dark room and you turn around and you see D Crack peeking out the window
Oh,
in
then
at night,
wait, peeking out the window or peeking in?
peeking in.
Uh, I'd well, I'd probably be like this to him, and then if he tries to come in and attack me, I'll just run away as fast as possible.
What would you do if you saw him in the cave? You're exploring a cave and out of nowhere he's just in there.
Oh, cave.
And also
Uh,
Josh Myers.
oh. Yeah, I try to run whichever way is the opposite of where they are.
You wonder how tall Josh Myers can grow up to?
13 feet.
Actually, 14 feet,
Oh,
more than that. I'll say like 14 and a half feet. I'll say his head is more bigger than height.
hmm.
Wait, so how do you say that name again? Wielder or Wielder?
Wilder.
Wield. Oh, okay.
I feel like it could also be pronounced Wilder.
Yeah. I'll just say Wielder.
Yeah.
It's more easier. There's also some new staff members going over to the crazy house to get to be working there.
Hmm.
One of them is going to be named Mr. Jones, a Korean, North Korean man.
North.
Yeah, and he does not play around. He's not joking.
Well, what does he do?
Like when someone like when he tells you this to like get to like, your spot, like, you have to listen to him because he's not joke around with anything.
Well, what if you don't get into your spot? Would he beat you with the ruler?
Ruler, what word? No, it's not school. No, he will beat you with his baton and tase you.
Uh,
Like if you try to like act up, or he would force you in the class or in that spot. Hey, you want to know another crazy thing about Mr. Jones?
yeah.
Uh, his old relative was Kim Il Sung,
Oh, yo,
and he was beaten and abused by him when he was a little kid, and been forced to do physical work at 1 years old. Actually, I would say Kim Il Sung was Mr. Jones' uncle.
Uncle Fudge.
Yeah. Uncle Fudge is also working in the Crazy House. If you don't remember, last year or last can't uh, earlier at the beginning of the year when he started working.
I remember in Sam and Cat when Goomer was supposed to pretend to be Sam and Cat's uncle. He calls himself Uncle Fudge.
Yeah, my character Uncle Fudge, he's worked in jails before for 60 years. I'll say more than 60 years. I'll say 65 years he worked in jail. And yeah, Uncle Fudge, he would tell a lot of stories about his experiences and history in that jail, all those years that he worked in. And that was really funny when one time Henry the robber called Uncle Fudge Albert Einstein head looking ass. Kind of
Well,
tired too.
he does look like Albert Einstein.
Yeah, that big hair.
Albert Einstein.
Albert A. Stain.
Albert Einstein.
Anus Stain. Ooh, how you pain Stain. No, that's what.
Ooh, Albert, do you know what that's worth?
Ooh, Josh is
Yeah.
gonna bathing.
When there are two gay guys together, one guy puts his Gavin in the other guy's Albert.
Albert. Albert Erectus.
Yeah, one guy puts his erect Gavin in some other guy's Albert.
I'm gonna look up the arc on YouTube. I'm gonna send you some videos of it. PP.
P. P.
P. Did you know Tony Tornado? He has a nephew.
Uh, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he looks crazy too.
Hmm. So is the nephew Manta's son?
What?
Is the nephew Manta's son?
No, he's not. I don't know if he's that crazy. I haven't, get to know him that well.
Hmm.
I just saw him today in the video.
I wonder how old Tony and Manta are.
Well, Tony, I'll say he's almost in his 30s, and Mantha, I'll say 20,
Hmm,
19 or 20.
30s. I thought Tony was in his 20s.
Well, he's older than that. He's in his late 20s. And Mantha, she's either 19 or 20.
Hmm.
Okay, I found one video. Here. All right, I'll send it to you. This was a year before I went there, so I went there in summer 2015. In the video, if you see like a Down syndrome guy with glasses, he looks kind of Asian. Um, my character Wildo is based off of him. That guy's that guy's name is Clark.
Uh, so is he Tony's nephew?
No, in the video I just sent you.
No. I'll watch it soon.
Yeah, in the next scene, it's gonna be really crazy because George is gonna fight Officer Taylor.
Oh, George?
Yeah, because remember how angry he was during
Hmm.
Aunt Malta's birthday?
Yeah.
Officer,
One idea I had earlier was let's say Officer Taylor catches Chris trying to file a report on Officer Taylor. So then Officer Taylor tackles Chris and tases him.
yeah, I was thinking that too. Shit. So yeah, I won't be putting up another scene until the 6th because I'm gonna be working on it all week.
And the six.
Yeah, it's the day after George's birthday. I said he's turning 24 on Thursday, so the fight's gonna happen on that day.
Hmm.
Hey, remember Ryan Taylor,
Yeah,
Midnight Smokes? Okay,
yeah.
it's been 1 year since I met him on stream.
Hmm.
Well, on the night of August 29th. Well, it was August 30th because I stayed up late that night last year. It was August 29th, but the next day came. That's when I met Ryan because Josh Myers he shared out a stream and
Yeah.
I decided to go on there and That's when I met him. And when I first met Ryan, I thought he was cool at first, meeting new people. I can tell that he was kind of like weird at first because I remember that stream I went on, my first stream I went on there. Well, it wasn't his first stream, but the first time I ever been on this stream. I remember he was drunk. He was crying because his girlfriend was being abused. Yeah, I remember that whole night. Now 1 year later, I'm away from that son of a bitch.
I remember when he used to live stream about him planning to chase his girlfriend around the house with the green bean on his fork.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think he never did that.
Imagine if someone was that scared of green beans. Wouldn't it be kind of fun chasing them around the house?
Kind of. What do you think about Ryan when you first met him?
Yeah, he was kind of cool, and I think I met him in Josh's streams, and like when Josh gave him a shout out.
Yeah, it really sucks that when you meet someone new and they turn into an asswipe. And
It also sucks that Josh doesn't make any more reaction videos.
yeah, I still want him to react to more of my scenes. I want him to know more about my characters and about his character too.
Well, maybe you can get random to react to one of your scenes.
Yeah, yeah. If you go into the first D crack scene, uh, Finn sees D crack again. You can actually in the comment section, the real D crack commented.
Oh, what did he say?
You have to look at it.
He says LMAO,
Yeah, and that's the real D
and
crack.
and ATV put three thumbs up.
Yeah, yeah. And later on, also about like last month, I asked D crack like, do you remember seeing my scene about your character? And you commented. And then D crack said, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't put any comment. And I was like, what? Yes, you did.
And I remember one time during the time where he was playing riddles with MFF and ATV, and he was making this face.
Yeah. Hey Taylor.
Now I'm reacting to the new video you sent.
Yeah, yeah. That's
We're
the
going
arc.
to Meals on Wheels. We're gonna go deliver the meals
I'm
to
basing
the
the character off of
local.
her too.
Hmm.
That's what we do, guys. It's really fun, really easy, and really simple. We're really proud of our
Okay, I want you to
participants.
look at
And,
a guy in glasses. He has Down syndrome and he
uh,
looks like he's Asian.
capable
That guy's name is
Hmm.
of
Clark.
we're already doing it in the art. A couple of years ago, we saw that so many of our participants are so capable of doing things for others. They were already doing it in the art, helping their other fellow participants in their own classrooms. We thought let's get them outside and start doing this for the community, and it's really paid off. We have our participants doing Meals on Wheels routes, working at the San Antonio Food Bank, and doing other community services because it's a way that they sometimes tend to think we're always trying to help them. They can help people in the community, and they do it every day, and it's really a great thing to see. The more that you're around the participants in the art, it's really true. You see a lot more similarities than you do differences. Meals on Wheels. Meals on Wheels. There you go. Enjoy.
Yeah,
I'm so
I remember
happy to see it
the
because
Meals on Wheels.
it's nice to
Hmm.
help other people.
I used to do that at the arc.
What's unique about the art is that we
I gotta
have
tell you what we do,
that
what
actually
they do
want to
there.
go out in the community, actually want to do things for other people other than themselves. Very unselfish. We'll do food bank and we help soldiers made care bags for them. We do tons of things to get out to show what the art is about and that how we love to help other people. Hi, my name is Emily, and you might recognize me on this bus. Let's give you a tour. That's our tour de booth. Go in the summertime. This is the inside of the art, and this is Cindy, our beautiful receptionist. This is room one. They do all kinds of work and activities and stuff. They provide three basic services. We provide day activity or day rehabilitation services for adults. We provide childcare for children age 6 to into their teens, and it's an after-school program, and also during the summer, it's a summer-long program. And then the third big component of what the ARC does is our case management services. We have social workers who work with families all over San Antonio,
You can
help
also
them
go to the arc when you're extremely old.
young families may have had a child recently diagnosed with some kind of intellectual or developmental disability. It's very traumatic. It's a scary time. That's what our case managers do is try to give the best information they can to help these families plan for the future. This is the LEAD program. It's like a pilot program, and they do different activities in here. They play on computers. They work on different activities. A lot of time and effort the last couple of years to upgrade our curriculum, upgrade our activity schedule at the ARC, and we need community support to do that. Obviously, there's a cost to those things. We want to be more than just typical day activity center. We want to keep our participants engaged. We want to keep them learning, and we want to keep them socially active, not only with their peers, but outside of our four walls. There's a lot of fun here. What would you do if you didn't have the yard? Would you be sad if you were at home? I would be one very unhappy camper. That's the tour. Thanks for visiting, and don't forget to support the art.
Hmm.
Yeah, and, and also the cork. It's based off of the arc.
Hmm.
I gotta tell you about the Meals on Wheels.
Yeah.
What we did there. Okay, basically, we got into like a little I'll say like a little bus. We drove to the Meals on Wheels place to get the trays. You will get the you will get a tray, like a little, like I'll say like a foam tray or a paper tray, and it'll be like plastic over it. It had like hot food in there, and you put in like a big bag, and you ready to go, and you go to these apartments, not even apartments, but they're close to like apartments. They're like apartments for like old people, like for the elderly. And you go there, you go into those elderly apartments, and you knock on the doors and you say Meals on Wheels, and you give them the meal, the tray. So that's pretty much what it is. I remember I did that. I did the Meals on Wheels in the 80s also. But not until like more than 30 years later I started doing it again. It's more like volunteering. That's pretty much what it is. Peanuts. Peanuts. There would be plenty of tea crack called the peanuts. Tea peanuts. That's where tea crack. I like when he does that face. The fish face. try to work on something. I always looked at T Crack differently when he said the word LMAO.
Hmm.
I always pictured in my mind him saying it out loud. He'll like you know how he is when he's like, huh? Ah. I would picture him saying LMAO. You know how he is. Uh, guy. Ooh, Philip. That's a good name. Ah, shit. What kind of name is Sky? There's also a name called Like.
Mike.
No, Like.
Where are you finding those names?
I'm looking them up. I'm trying to like find names for my characters. The ones from the Cork. Hey, there's Arlo Bickett.
Hmm.
That's actually a full name. God damn. I like Jeremiah. That's really crazy that these two characters look like those those people from the Ark. RJ and Dominic. They really do look like them. Holy shit. Ed, word.
Word.
Word?
Yeah.
Word? Ooh. Stop playing with yourself. I'm almost done. Word.
Huh.
Word? Ow. I want to know what it means about that. And they're like, word. Hey, Taylor, it's almost going to be a year since when you told that homo erectus joke.
Wait, when did I tell that joke?
September 10th of last year.
Wait, and where was it?
It was right in your room. It was on the other side. I remember last year you had your set all the way over there in the other room.
Wait, so was it during one of my live streams?
Yeah.
Homo erectus.
I'll never forget that one when you told that joke and you were like,
Yeah, because it was really funny.
you kept on putting your head down. You couldn't even look up. Even you tried to look up, you still looked back down. All right, I'm gonna send 2 more pictures. Okay. All right, they're sent.
Yeah, Walter and Philip.
Yeah, they're also from the Cork. And Walter and Philip, they're brothers. They're twin brothers. Yeah, Philip, he has the mustache, and Walter kind of has one. Okay, when the stream gets to the 1 hour and 30 minute mark, we can get off of here
Yeah.
and we can do our faces. Also, for that, the
Hmm.
also for that the town bully, uh, Ken Rex McElroy. His actual last name is McElroy, not McElroy. It's McElroy. Taylor, I don't know if you remember this scene, but last year, uh, when this scene was called the Blackout, it was at the beginning. Dennis was going crazy on Josh Myers.
Huh.
If you don't remember that, uh, Dennis was yelling at the top of his lungs, like saying, "I'm gonna kill you,"
Wait, why was it called Blackout?
because Dennis blacks out in rage.
Oh,
It was like at the very beginning of it, and then later on the upstairs in the crazy house, Henry the robber was talking to the tall building.
one time on Josh Meyer's stream, and you were talking about Dennis and how he's called tall building, and then I said that, well, since Dennis used to go to school, does that mean there was a tall building inside of a building?
Yeah, I remember that.
I think it was during his reaction to your scene,
Yeah,
the one with Dennis and Josh.
yeah, I remember that.
Okay, it's at the 1 hour 30. I'm gonna end this.
Okay. Okay.
Do the face.
Yeah, I already did it. I'm still doing it, but you just can't see me.